Titans season 3 does something that the DCEU couldn't do themselves. They're introducing Tim Drake as Titan season 3 cast. Jay Lycurgo. How do you pronounce that, Adam?
Lycurgo. Jay Lycurgo. I could be completely butchering that too. I don't know what he is. Maybe I'll look it up. He looks like he's Puerto Rican. He looks like he could be my brother.
Right? He does look like he's a part of the APlus family, doesn't he? That's a handsome young lad right there. But Tyson season 3 has cast Jay in the recurring role of Tim Drake. Recurring means more than once. Reoccurring. Drake is described as a streetwise kid who managed to grow up on the toughest streets without losing his indelible belief in heroism. His easygoing demeanor is backed up by his near genius mind, a natural detective with the perception of detail far beyond his years. Fans of the Batman comics will recall that Drake served with Batman as the third Robin. Jay is the next set to appear in a supporting role in Matt Reeves' upcoming feature, The Batman. Though he will be playing Drake in the film as well remains to be unclear. His previous credits include the critically acclaimed HBO series, I May Destroy You, and the Amazon short, Father of the Bride. He is repped.
You okay there, Andy?
I'm sorry, my internet decided to hiccup right there.
Oh, okay.
What happened? Okay. Yeah, he is repped by Grandview and Insight Management. Drake is the latest DC character to be announced for season 3 of Titans. Variety exclusive reported that Savannah Welch will join the show as Barbara Gordon, with the series renewed for third season on November 19th. However, it was announced that September 22nd, 2020, the DC Universe is moving out of the original scripted series, with its remaining scripted originals shifting over to HBO Max, like Doom Patrol and Harley Quinn. So, guys, let's ask Stuart first. How do you feel about them adding yet another character to Titans season 3?
Before I answer that, I got to double check if I heard that correctly. So it's not confirmed he's playing Robin, but he will be in the Batman as well.
Yes.
That's okay. That's really interesting. I'd be very curious to see if he's actually going to be playing Tim Drake in that as well, just like a different version of it. That'd be kind of cool.
One thing I do know is that the Batman is going to have nothing to do with Titans.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And if if he plays Tim Drake, that's going to confuse the hell out of a lot of people trying to watch this series. And it's going to be interesting if they because this is a younger Batman, right, that we're seeing out of the Batman. And if they bring in Tim Drake and then he's the first Robin, it's going to piss off a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But how do you feel about this? I'm curious, Stuart. Let us know how you feel about Titans adding another character to already crowded roster.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just put it perfectly. You're adding another character to a crowded roster. I love Tim Drake, and I'm glad that we're finally seeing Tim Drake in live action. But I think having him as a reoccurring role in a show that has too many characters may not be the smartest decision. But that said, I don't think it would have been a bad idea at all if they wanted to bring him in for an episode and maybe set up something. Like, I think this would be really cool if what they were setting up here is a Young Justice spinoff show that they could, use to kind of shorten the load of the cast that they already have with the Titans cast right now, in order to make it a lot easier to focus on the characters that they have, and also introduce new characters too in their new spinoff show. Because I would love to see a Young Justice show starring, Tim Drake, and then also having Connor Kent Superboy as well. Maybe introduce the Cassie Wonder Girl into that. That way, you shorten the cast from Titans, so we have less characters that the show has to constantly focus on, and you have a whole new show that gives, that probably would have a younger cast that would give younger viewers something to look forward to watching as well. But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm very mixed on this because like I said, I really love Tim Drake. I think the first time I watched Batman the Animated Series, I think I first started with the New Adventures of Batman and Robin. So I think Tim Drake is kind of my first Robin, because when I, in that show, Tim Drake was the Robin and Dick Grayson was Nightwing. So for me, Dick Grayson, I always see him more as Nightwing, but for Tim Drake, I always see him as Robin, because even when he, kind of parts ways with Batman, he still keeps the Robin name. Even when Damian Wayne comes in, he still calls himself Red Robin. So to me, Tim Drake will always be Robin. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm also worried with them adding more characters.
I feel you there, Stuart. I feel you there, man. Yeah, I definitely mixed feelings, guys. Mixed feelings. Listen, when it comes to Jay Lycurgo or Lycurgo, being cast as Tim Drake, I don't know too much of his past work, but I feel like I could probably watch a majority of his past work in like a day. Just looking at his IMDb stuff already, the Father of the Bride stuff on Amazon looks like that's only 15 minutes, so that seems like that's pretty easy to go through. It looks like he's got maybe some time in a series or two here or there, but not too many big sort of significant roles, if you will. So I feel like I could probably easily check out some of his stuff. So I'm glad that they are at least introducing a Tim Drake Robin, kind of going to what you were saying, Stuart, that Tim Drake is kind of your Robin, or at least that's who you kind of grew up with, or you've always seen him sort of as Robin. For me, Dick Grayson was always my Robin for me. I guess maybe because it's just the different time periods being brought up and following him in the comics and stuff. So I've always kind of really embraced Dick Grayson from his time from Robin all the way to his character in Nightwing, if you will. But when it comes to Tim Drake, I do remember when Tim Drake was first introduced as a brand new Robin. I was definitely on board with him for a while, and then I really just kind of fell off just the whole Bat family thing in general. But it has always been really impressive to me to see just what Tim Drake's journey has been from his different iterations of Robin, but always still kind of being a main Robin in the Bat family, regardless if Damian Wayne was part of the picture. Him progressing on to become Red Robin, or just really solidify his position when it comes to the Bat family. So I have been impressed with Tim Drake. Just like they talk about, right? It's a kid that's streetwise, but yet still has a really incredible intellect. I think that's just a really great combination for a character like that to have. It's almost like a Jason Todd with the streetwise stuff, but not the crazy that comes with it, right? You have the intelligence of like a Dick Grayson or a Bruce Wayne attached to it. So I love the melding here. And when I look in his IMDb for Jay, it does show just one episode of Titans, which is showing the very first episode of season 3. So I'm not exactly sure, even though the article does say that he's going to have a recurring role in it. Just his IMDb alone is at least just showing one episode of this upcoming season. Now, whether or not that expands or not, who knows? But if it is just one episode, I'll be okay with that. Then I will definitely be perfectly okay with that, because clearly we have Jason Todd, who is done with the Titans, maybe done with his time as Robin, as we saw at the season finale, kind of going off on his motorcycle, if you will. Maybe we have a little bit of a time jump here since the last time that we saw him, and maybe he's gone rogue and become sort of the Red Hood now, and maybe that's why we have Tim Drake as this brand new Robin, if you will. So it definitely feels as though the first aspect, or at least one of the main storylines of this season, will be dealing with something in regards to the Bat family. Like maybe they tried to come all together to have like an intervention with Jason Todd, and it just didn't go well. Who certainly knows? But it feels as though they're probably going to have a really big impact to maybe start off this season. And maybe this will be one of their big main storylines that they kind of tackle, because we not only have the Red Hood, but now we have Tim Drake's Robin. Now we have Barbara Gordon as Oracle. You've got, Nightwing in here also. So some huge Batman influences. And guys, I can't lie, like it makes me chuckle a little bit that we even have people talking about Batwoman being on set for Titans, right? It's just like, not that I think she's going to be in the show, but it is funny that her name pops up in here. It's like, hell, let's just bring the whole Bat family into this show. Why don't we? So if it's just one episode, I'm okay with. But if we're trying to cram all these characters into an entire season, what are we still doing with Starfire, guys? What are we still doing with Superboy, right? Are we gonna finally give Gar some time on screen? What's going on with Raven? It feels I don't know. I don't know. It feels a little bit misplaced, a little bit misguided, but maybe they've learned some things over the past 2 seasons and they've gotten better about juggling multiple characters. So I'm going into this season excited, but very tentatively, honestly, because there are some characters that I really want to see, and I'm so glad that they're bringing them. But it's like, at what price, right? Like, are they going to suffer because of everybody that you have in here? So I am excited, but tentatively, for sure.
One last thing, sorry, that I'll say with Tim Drake that I really hope they implement to Titans, that I really think is kind of one of the most important things about his character, is that he's a guy that becomes a superhero because he wants to be, not because of a tragic backstory, not because of like anything, really bad in his life. He just, believes in superheroes, wants to be a superhero. And I really hope they bring that into the show as well.
He definitely has that hero mentality already kind of ingrained in him. You know what I mean? So I like I said, while I didn't necessarily grow up with Tim Drake, I definitely do have an appreciation for just the mentality and type of character that he certainly is. And to have the type of longevity when it comes to being a part of comic books and being Robin for as long as he has been. So yeah, I've been impressed with him. So I hope Jay definitely brings life to this Tim Drake character and really pays him some great honor, honestly. So I'm excited. I will check out some of Jay's stuff this week though, just to kind of see what he will bring to the character.
Going by what I think is going to happen now, especially with them bringing in Barbara Gordon, I think our team is going to split up, because I know that we have to go back to Starfire's home planet at some time, and it might be a situation where not everybody goes. And and it's where we could probably have, and this is just me, I'm saying, throwing my thoughts out there, but what I think is going to happen, I think Barbara honestly could run things as Oracle, as far as mission structure and stuff goes. And maybe that's where you can have some of the characters in, because I don't see the Robin we have now going with them, especially with riding off and becoming Red Hood. I don't even see him popping up until maybe later in the season to start off with. And like we said before, if they're going to Starfire's home planet, we just hope this isn't something that resolves in 2 episodes. Because they should give that more credit than that. And I think they're casting themselves into a corner, to the point where it's either going to be they're going to have too many characters, or it's going to be in continuous seasons they constantly have to bring new characters in order to keep the show entertaining.